Hello everybody. This is my contest entry into Vanilla Gorilla Beast Summer of Horror Contest. and I'm wearing the mask here, because he wants us to keep it entertaining. So I figure what better way than to do the questions wearing a scary mask. I also have a Freddy Krueger one, but I thought this one here was more appropriate for it. A little scary dude. Sweating my nuts off because this mask is hot as hell. But anyway, um, you know, he wants us to answer these questions. I think only two of them or three of them, but I'm gonna do all of them. And I'm gonna start here with the last question and work my way up. But anyway, he wants to know one. Well, technically six, but first one I'm starting with. Who got you into horror? And tell me who that special somebody was. And answer to this question is pretty simple. It was my family. I don't exactly remember who it was in my family that really first got me into it. I want to say it was probably like my uncle or my grandfather, with the movie Halloween, which I think is probably like the first horror movie I watched. Um, you know, many years ago. And ever since then, been a big horror fan since then. Even went out to the theaters and seen a couple horror movies with well, a bunch of movies actually, but that's pretty much how I got started in the horror movies. Very young age. I remember seeing Interview with a Vampire when it first came out with my grandfather and uncle and whoever else went with us. So that's pretty much how I got my start. If you were getting stalked by a real life stalker slasher, out of the list of three weapons, which one would you choose to defend your life? And tell me why. Which body part to go for? Um, you know, Pretty simple here. Machete. You know why? Because a hatchet is too small to really do anything. A chainsaw runs out of gas. So machete is long enough that you don't have to be exactly too close to them. You know what I mean? You can have a little bit of distance with your arm reach and stab. Um, which part would I go for? You know, I'm a big horror guy, and I love when people get tortured. So I think I'd probably start with like the hands, the fingers. Probably chop them one off at a time, and then work my way probably down to the legs. Uh, Probably the foot, the legs, and then work my way from there. And before I would kill them or whatever, finish them off, I would take their eyes out. Not both, just one eyeball, so they can still watch themselves die. I don't know. I'm pretty sick like that. So, um, if I can play a slasher or serial killer in a film, would it be? And why did I choose that killer? You know, personally, this one's a toss up for me. I don't know if I would do Michael or Jason. You know, two of my favorite movies, Friday the 13th and Halloween. You know, I think I'd probably go with Michael for Halloween. Just because of the fact that he likes to play with his victims before he kills them. You know, both are silent. Jason's more like, kill him quick, done with them. While Michael, on the other hand, is the kind of like more stalker, and he plays with his victims. What I mean, I like that a little bit more than just killing them. So I'd be Michael, and that's why. Alright. Act like you've never seen a horror movie before and convince you for horror movies, and why would I pick them? Three choices, pretty simple here. Halloween, just because it is a classic, true and true. You know, from the music to the just everything about it. It's just a classic horror movie. You know what I mean? Especially when you hear the backstory of how it got made and everything. Just great, you know. Plus the music in it, it sticks with you, you know, long after you watch the movie. Um, Second one, Silence of the Lambs. Again, you know, another classic. Has great scenes. You know, plus the fact that it won an Academy Award just says a lot for horror. You know, and then I'm gonna go with The Exorcist. You know why? Just because that movie will screw with you. You know, it was scary for the time. You know, if the movie was made today, it would still be scary. It's just such a classic, scary movie that you cannot, you know what I mean? Once you see it, it will literally change your life, and it will screw with you, and it will just, you cannot help think about those scenes, and just, you know what I mean? And then especially the fact that it really happened to a little boy. And again, you know, with the Academy Award win for it, just have to go with it. You know, what would I take out if I had a chance to grab? Okay, three of my favorite horror things. You know, now I wish I would have brought it over with me, but I got this oil painting. It's not really an oil painting, but it's like this painting of Michael. Um, I would grab that. You know what I mean? I think that's truly like the only real more valuable thing that I have in my collection. You know, no one's supposed to do three, but you know, it was a Christmas present. You know what I mean? That's what I would go with. Yeah, I'd probably grab, you know what I mean, a couple of my horror DVDs. I mean Blu-rays. But you know, that would be the thing definitely worth saving out of all of them. Now, finally, we get to the last question. Our favorite holiday horror movie. You know, and again, gonna have to go with two here. First, the remake of Black Xmas, or Black Christmas. You know, absolutely love that movie. You know, there's scenes in that movie that stick with you.